Hello, you're watching ZTN News Blitz live from Harare, Zimbabwe's capital. Our top stories. Shock as Zimbabwe minister purchases obsolete hospital equipment. Court hears VP Chiwenga custody appeal. Malawi election, court set to pass judgment. And in sport, Zimbabwe Warriors coach World Cup comments raise eyebrows. Zimbabwean doctors have told Parliament that the majority of the equipment in the country's major hospitals is obsolete. Appearing before the Health and Child Care Committee, a member of the Senior Doctors Association, Dr. Bothwell Sango, revealed that of the hospital equipment that was purchased from India worth more than $600,000, only 10% of it was functioning, while the rest had never worked. He alleged that Health and Child Care Deputy Minister Dr. John Mangwiro allegedly asked the country's hospitals' needs while on his way to India. This means no prior consultation was made.
The other people actually got WhatsApp images from India to say, is this what you want? Will it work? And for example, the endoscopy equipment, when it arrived, it was incomplete and therefore unusable.
Health and Child Care officials are set to appear before the same committee this afternoon to answer the allegations. Moving on, Chief Justice Luke Malava is today expected to hear an urgent chamber appeal by Vice President Constantino Chiwenga challenging the recent High Court decision to grant his wife Mary Mubayua custody of the couple's 3 minor children. The appeal follows Justice Christopher Dube Banda's ruling last week granting Mubayua the relief she sought and barring the VP from interfering with the access to the Boredelbrook house they shared before their fallout. Mubayua had sought the intervention of the High Court after Vice President Chiwenga allegedly took the children and blocked her from accessing the Boredelbrook home. VP Chiwenga was also restrained from blocking Mubayua's access to their vehicles. Following the ruling, the Vice President filed a notice of appeal outlining the areas he said were made by the lower court. Meanwhile, Mary is already in remand prison after assaulting the couple's childminder. She was remanded in custody over the weekend. Now, a panel of 5 judges in Malawi have begun to read its ruling following an appeal challenging the results of last May's presidential election. President Peter Mutharika won a second term with 38.6% of the vote. Opposition candidates Lazarus Chakwera and Saulos Chilima, who finished second and third respectively, went to court to argue that the way the election was handled was full of irregularities. The judges, who arrived in court in the capital Lilongwe under military escort, are expected to read out a summary of their 500-page decision. Now, the Chinese government has accused the United States of causing panic in its response to the coronavirus outbreak. It follows the U.S. decision to declare a public health emergency and deny entry to foreign nationals who had visited China in the past 2 weeks. There are more than 17,000 confirmed cases of the virus in China. Some 361 people have died in the mainland alone. Outside China, there are more than 150 confirmed cases of the virus and 1 death in the Philippines. Now, in sports, Zimbabwe national football coach Zdravko Logarusic has raised eyebrows by suggesting the Warriors will be fighting for position 2 in World Cup A group, where only 1 team qualifies for the next stage. Logarusic, who failed to qualify for the last AFCON finals in Egypt and the upcoming CHAN finals as Sudan coach, has been appointed Zimbabwean coach. The Croatian has since tipped Ghana to qualify for the next stage of the World Cup qualifiers ahead of South Africa, Zimbabwe and Ethiopia. Should Manchester United have sold striker Lukaku? Well, as the Premier League giants continue to struggle, Lukaku continues to push Inter Milan in their title chase in Serie A. The former Man U striker scored twice to win at Udinese. Inter are 3 points behind Juventus, who beat Fiorentina earlier on Sunday. In tennis, Novak Djokovic has indicated that a difficult upbringing back in Serbia prepared him for tough challenges. The Serbian was speaking after winning the Australian Open over the weekend, a final in which he had to recover to beat Austria's Dominic Thiem in 5 sets. Djokovic was quoted by the BBC as saying, "My upbringing was in Serbia during a difficult time, an embargo in our country where we had to wait in line for bread, milk, water, some basic things in life. These kind of things make you stronger and hungrier for success in whatever you choose to do. That probably has been my foundation." Well, that's all we had for you on ZTN News. Please join us again at 4 p.m. For more news, visit ztn.co.zw and our other social media platforms. Thank you for watching.